Dear students, in this module, we are going to talk about the different causes of social change. Although we see that change is permanent, change is constant, change is a continuous process, and almost every society passes through the social change. However, what are the factors and what are different aspects of our life that helps to proceed us towards social change? So, social change occurs due to a variety of reasons, and each society experiences a new factor or maybe a different factor as compared to the other society. And some societies achieve it through the political mobilization. It means that they induce a deliberate political change, maybe through the process of revolution. Some changes are revolutionary changes, which are very rapid as compared to the others, which are evolutionary changes, which occur through a very gradual and very slow or sometimes insignificant process of social change. And some societies also experience the changes due to technological advancements, new inventions, and innovations. And some of the important causes of changes can be reflected here right now, which are, for example, if we talk about the technological advancement, the technological change in the way society function, and you would observe in your own lives that maybe during the past 20 years you have almost seen a revolutionary changes in the information technology, which has significantly changed our not only our communication patterns but also different other aspects of our lives, even the patterns of relationship, the way we communicate to our parents, or maybe the way we communicate to our peer group, or the way we communicate to our friends. So these technological changes have significantly revolutionized the human societies. And if you go back maybe 50 years or maybe 100 years, you would find that perhaps for you the social life would be pretty much dull, pretty much boring, without these internet gadgets, without these modern technologies, and without these means of communication. So it changes the means of communication, and it also changes the way people are now having these economic transactions. For example, right now you have the access to the whole economic market on your fingertips. You can purchase whatever you want by sitting in the comforts of your house. You don't need necessarily to visit the market. So all these revolutionary changes have almost transformed your life from what the life has been almost 50 years ago. So these technological advancements also ingenious the change in the patterns of conflict and wars as well. You perhaps you have heard about the fifth generation war, which means that international agencies or international organizations or spying agencies are involved in in maneuvering or maybe in spying activities through these smart gadgets which are available to us. And these have also produced so many cold wars in this era among these international uh, through the help of these technological advancements and the agricultural advancement as well. You have observed that uh, right now we are or we would be able to produce much more from the agricultural land as compared to what we have been producing in the past. And also the industrialization is the common example of these technological advancement that we can see almost every day. Our life amenities are changing, not only for their quality but also for their quantity. So here you see that the glimpse of our social life that has been affected due to these technological advancements. As you can see that now right now internet technology or computer technology have become almost a must, even for our education system. And all these changes have produced the effect of modernization. And modernization has brought about with itself the standardization towards the modern tools. Right now, we see that we find the standardization in almost every aspect of our life, and we observe that we cannot survive without being specifically reflected through these modern tools. Like, for example, we do possess a lot of gadgets in our houses, refrigerators, washing machines, uh, even the electricity. So, all these amenities of life have significantly made a gigantic impact on our lives, that we are pretty much used to these gadgets, and we are pretty much taking these gadgets for granted by thinking that perhaps the life would be dull, boring, and rather impossible to survive without these gadgets and amenities of life. So, new norms of clothing and attire, you would observe that the even your personality has significantly changed, your hairstyle has significantly changed, and even the way you are dressing up right now, the way you are, whatever you are wearing right now, is quite different than what people have been wearing maybe 50 or 100 years ago. So, the new ways of conducting the social interaction, as you now you would prefer to interact with your peers on, maybe on the phone, maybe through the WhatsApp, or maybe through the Facebook Messenger. But in the past, people would have been preferring more the face to face interaction as compared to these mediums of communication. And the new set of norms, values, and laws have also been established as the technological advancement produce the changes in our lifestyle. So we are tend to amend the laws which are guiding our social lives. And right now we have the cybercrime law as well, so that the whole interactions which are taking place on the internet, on online, should be covered up by having some standards of desirable behavior, so that people should not deviate those standards and those social norms with which we are interacting in our real lives as well. So here you would find the glimpse of modernization in our attire as well. As you can see, that the girls are having the modern dresses. In the historical past, maybe 50 years ago or 100 years ago, uh, it was quite impossible to see the girls without the scarf, headscarf, or without covering their head. A bureaucratization of the society is an important aspect of of modern social change. As you can see that we have established institutionalization, which is based on certain hierarchical structures, and it emphasizes on the rules and regulations, and relationships are through these bureaucratic structures. Our interactional patterns are pretty much formal as compared to what we have been observing in the traditional societies, where relations were more based on personal familiarity as well as emotional bondings. But right now, the relations are much more formal and based on the rules and regulations. And it introduces the new values of professionalism, and it prefers the impartiality or objectivity that would tend to see the human beings not as if I know them personally or if they are part of my acquaintances, but rather as clients or customers, perhaps. So then we have the urbanization, the huge influx of modernization and modern facilities in the urban areas have produced a larger tendency of migrating from rural areas to urban areas, because these amenities of life are pretty much a source of attraction for the people who are living in the rural areas. For example, you do not find the adequate facilities of health, education, potable water, electricity, etc., in the rural areas. So people are migrating in the urban areas, due to which we find much more complex urban lives with the huge population densities, and sometimes it becomes difficult even to settle down in a particular area because it has already been covered with a lot of population. So moving societies from rural areas to urban and change in the pattern of living, the complex division of labor, you would also observe that here you have a lot of specialized people or specialists available for each of the specific tasks, and less frequent interactions you would observe, informal, to be more specific, and formal, uh, uh, instead of being emotional relations. So here is the glimpse of the way the bureaucracy works. So they are engaged in a formal meeting in which they have to follow certain codes of conduct, and the picture below represents a typical reflection of a metropolitan urban city. And then social change can also be produced through different conflicts and competition, which includes the war, as you know, the World War II and World War One and World War II, that has significantly changed the way our modern world is today, and even the boundaries of countries have significantly changed. And right now, what we observe, uh, any country that goes through the process of war is significantly damaged, not only for its infrastructure but also loses its social values, and particularly the morality of that country's people is also compromised. We have the ethnic tensions, the competition for resources, gender and women's empowerment movements are also producing some significant effect on, especially on the family life. And it is focusing more on the equal pay and right for property as well. And also, a very significant change occurs through the changes in our life ideology, which is pretty much dependent upon what is the purpose of my life. It also varies from one society to another society. For example, in the Western society, the purpose of life might be to get the greatest happiness in this world, whereas in a typically religious society, the purpose might be to achieve the hereafter and to strive for the hereafter as compared to this life. So these religious as well as political ideologies also play significant role in bringing social change in our lives.